5 years ago, during the height of the pandemic, Bonnie and I were turning more to the outdoors to collect a little fresh air, exert a little energy, and bring a bit of normalcy to an otherwise unfortunate circumstance. Biking and hiking, that's where it started. But soon after, we turned to the water. Little did we know, purchasing a couple of kayaks would open up a whole new world. Being in a small plastic boat with only a paddle in hand, the expanse of a river or a lake was mentally disproportionate to the lockdown and restrictions of the world at the time. What started as an activity to get back to regularity turned into much more. It didn't take long before we started seeking out others to share experiences with. Getting involved with local clubs and organizations was the most obvious, but then we happened to cross paths with an avid kayaker and outdoorsman, along with his daughter and a few others one day on the Haw River. Little did we know, that day would mark the beginning of a journey that neither of us saw coming. Fast forward to the current, and I find myself surrounded by many friendships that have been forged as a result of that one day 5 years ago. You see, that avid outdoorsman was Pete Beck, and at that time he was 5 years into an idea that good friends should get together to kayak and have fun while recording video of the highs and the lows for the world to see. The inaugural trip included Pete and several of his friends, now referred to as the OGs. A lunch break during that trip led the group to a small general store that by chance had a grill with just enough supplies to provide each with a hot hamburger. Cold and hungry, one proclaimed they were eating like kings, river kings. And that is how it started. A few friends, miles down some river in kayaks, camping on the banks and finding a lone store along the way to serve up a few burgers. Present day, that was 10 years ago. And of course, you can't let a milestone anniversary like this pass without some sort of a celebration. So Pete put out a plan with the hopes of getting the OGs back together for a reunion of sorts. And for a while, it seemed like that was going to happen. But life got in the way, and the names began to drop. And while it would have been great to get the band back together, it was time for Plan B. Enter the New Gs. Not originals, but we have certainly provided countless moments on video continuing the story of the River Kings. So the 10-year anniversary trip finds us on the same river as the original, albeit a bit upstream. Pete, Kevin, Dirt Dauber, Dan, Steve, Naaman, and myself load up the boats for 3 days of paddling down the river, forever known as the First.
People think I'm boring, because I have a dry sense of humor.
Well, truth be known,
I am boring? Let's compare life stories. Good point.
All right, we are on the Yadkin River. We are just now putting in at the canoe and paddle access just below the Kerr Scott Dam tailwaters. And we are en route to making about 65 miles between now and Donnaha. Camping 2 nights along the way. It's about 40 degrees right now, 42. Calling for low tonight to get down to 21. And it's going to be interesting to see. We're all ready. Fantastic weekend, beautiful sun, just a little on the cool side. But why have it easy? Got Eddie down there? As we leave the shore, the familiar sense of adventure begins to set in. An early afternoon departure and 5 o'clock sunsets makes for a short day to cover 20 miles. Oh wait, Pete left his phone in the truck. So it's OG Justin to the rescue. Now Justin couldn't join us on the trip, but he was kind enough to help with the shuttle.
That's not a handle.
Sorry about this, man. Woo! Got my phone. Now we're ready.
Almost straddled that branch. I mean, I straddled it, but I almost invited it into a place I didn't want to.
Now you got to make it back out.
Thanks, Justin. Could you meet us at the next bridge with Cokes and maybe some more pizza? We got pepperoni.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a race. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today it's a good day today. It's a good day today. It's a good day to live.
Explosives, keep out. Okay.
That makes me want to go in.
I know.
That sounds like a great time.
Yeah. I didn't see it until the last minute.
Y'all went skiing. Y'all got that spot out. Where you can go far right in that big flat.
I think we took lunch right here at this rock.
That's a big rock. Kind of out of place.
Yeah, I know. I remember. And there's like a when we came through here, there was like a little swirly eddy right at it because it's like tucks up underneath there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would.
Left or right up there, Alex?
Either or. It's an island. Both of the channels look to be about the same. At least on the map anyway. I think your left line might be the one.
In the last mile, we passed 3 plausible campsites, but y'all were all jawing, probably talking about River King videos. But I pointed them all out to name and I said, remember this. The word you're looking for is we were all paddling while you were hanging back in the back running that jaw. We're paddling by campsites that I was noticing. As if we ever get to pick out the campsite. We're paddling so hard I couldn't even pick out the campsite. Again, you weren't planning on it. You have no intention of stopping until it is at least stars shining in the sky. Negative, Captain. I told Naaman we should have camped there. Get on up here in front and quit playing there in the back. Good Lord. Paddle that thing. I'm filming. It's what makes the money here. Your camera don't work with it in the dark. Don't pretend you don't love paddling in the dark.
While I don't think it's fair to say that paddling with the River Kings into the dark is a goal, it's definitely not shied away from. The first time it happens, you might think, maybe we didn't cover enough miles, or there's been a miscalculation. When in reality, there's no hurry to get anywhere. Camp is where we land when we land. Now, that can be a late, lazy afternoon, Or it can be 11 at night after navigating a boulder garden by moonlight. You learn early on that direct lighting, it's optional.
Yeah, I was wondering. It's a heavy one.
Guess what? It's heavy. That's ridiculous. In fact, you both this heavy. He needs to carry it up there himself.
Batteries? You got a car battery?
That's what I'm saying.
Easy.
That's the route I took.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's not a good route. Let's cut the briar. There's that stump.
There's the trees.
We ended up finding a pretty sweet island to camp on. Really, the only downside was the 75-foot lead up from the water to the site. We all buddy up and hook the boats across briars and brush, and then claim a spot for the night. Temperatures, well, they started dropping rather quickly past sundown, so getting a fire started was on everyone's mind. After hanging around the pit for a few hours telling stories, we settle into the hammocks to rest up for a very cold start tomorrow.
Dry foot into this morning. Sorry, Nana. You're gonna have to take one for the team.
All right. And we're off. Beautiful campsite we had last night. Stroke of luck that we found it, because we were actually in the dark when we pulled up. And all the banks look like this. And just by stroke of luck and Pete's intuition, we actually crawled up the bank and found a clearing. And it was an old campsite. You can tell it had been there for years. But it had a fire pit. It had wood. I mean, there was actual firewood. Now, it had been there for a while, so we didn't feel bad using it. But I don't think we could have found a better campsite. Covered about 20 miles yesterday. We're going to try to do about 30 today, so we can finish up on a short day come tomorrow. I think it got down to 21, 22 last night. Woke up, ice on everything. Literally, the outside of my tarp was frozen. The underside of the tarp was wet. It's a different experience. But we had a good time. Sat around the campfire till about 10:30. Jumped in the hammocks. And I think my alarm unintentionally went off about 6:30. But daylight was already breaking, so I decided to get up and get a move on. And right now, what time is it? 9:45. So we took our time getting out of there, but that's just fine. We covered 20 yesterday in 6. We can easily cover 30 in 9. Onward. I'm still waiting to see you catch an eddy with that big old boat. Once you get it, it's sweet. The feeling is kind of like drifting a semi. Where's Charlie? That's a muddy looking bank right there. As we pull into Elkin, we look for an opportunity to take a break and maybe find a bite to eat. A quick search, well, didn't really show much, but we decided to take a walk and look for ourselves. Now, after a couple of fails and a sidewalk conversation with Mr. and Mrs. Claus, we ended up finding Donnaha's sandwich shop that fit the bill nicely. While the crew went searching, Kevin stayed behind to watch the boats and, of course, to make sure the dock didn't float away.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, where is this?
Wait, concrete, guys.
I just see a big old sand hill.
That is almost concrete. Just need some stuff.
I was not the decider.
All right, so speed passed up a really good.
Kevin was the last in this group to paddle this section of the Yadkin, and the last time was about 8 years ago. Now, he recalled camping at the Yadkin Shore Access. So, here we are, and there have been changes. Most notably, all of the trees are gone. Now, I gather there are plans for additional parking or other improvements, but for what we wanted, there's nothing left to anchor a hammock. Now, while we were surveying the access, a couple of the guys scouted about 100 yards down the riverbank and found a valley that led up to the ridge overlooking the river that could handle the whole crew. The climb out with the boats, it wasn't easy, but it certainly outweighed continuing down the river with a hope to find something better.
That is so much fun.
Alan, did you go over there?
No, right where Kevin came down.
All right.
That's about the only way you can.
Yeah.
Temperatures last night, well, they lingered just above freezing with periods of rain. Unlike the morning before with a hard freeze, breaking camp was quite a bit easier. Now, for whatever reason, we didn't click the miles the day before like we had wanted. So today, we'll be making up for it. Paddling under a heavy cloud cover with periods of rain for most of the day. It's going to be a challenge to keep warm with temperatures hanging right around 40 for most of the day.
Looks like the river widens up through here.
Yeah. Wide shoulder.
So I'm watching. There's two different ways of looking at it. People sticking the lines in front.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the tried and tested, done this 100 times, and we're looking for the least amount of effort with the most results.
Yes.
And then you have Naaman paddling way over here to fit this 3-inch wave train. Like, okay. I mean, that works.
I was looking for the fun line. I don't like these shows.
Yeah, Dad, get it, boy! Woo! Nice! Oh, he's crushing it. .3.
65.4.
See what?
65.4.
Well, you did a lot
He
more.
paddled uphill.
The back
64.8.
and forth of the scooching on the rock is probably.
Yeah.
I got 64.8.
Mine's gonna be back.
Wrapping up about 65 miles down the Yadkin River, the River King's 10-year anniversary trip comes to an end. Now, we certainly missed hanging out with the OGs, but you know, as always, trip memories are kind of made in the moment. Each trip, it's a little different, but at the same time, the same. You come to understand each other, and as such, know what you can expect. It's a brotherhood of sorts, each having the back of the other, despite the willingness to take jabs with a sometimes unrelenting dose of sarcasm. But you know what? We wouldn't have it any other way.